Yo, what is up guys? Josh here from Chang Fitness, where I make videos helping you guys make gains more easily. If you guys are new here, just a quick intro. I'm a professional natural bodybuilder. I've been lifting for 10 plus years, and as you can see, I've coached over 60 clients. Pretty much, I'm really passionate about fitness, and the thing is, the fitness industry is super complicated, so I make videos helping you guys really dumb it down to focus on what truly matters. So to make gains is actually a really simple formula. So gains equals progressive overload plus caloric surplus. This is the formula for gains right here. So gains formula, add a little bit of color. What exactly is progressive overload, right? The simplest way to think about it is lifting more than last time. Essentially, every time you go to the gym, you gotta make sure that you're hitting a PR and beating what you did last time. There's two really simple progression mechanisms. So there's single progression and then there's also double progression. Single progression is basically if you go into the gym, you hit the same reps but increase weight every time. So a simple example they give here in this Legion article, and this is actually a pretty good website, is let's say you hit 3x5 on squats, right? 3 sets of 5 repetitions. So the first week you do 185 for 3x5. Week 2 you do 195 for 3x5. So you bump it up by 10 pounds and then you pretty much rinse and repeat that. That sounds great, and it actually works pretty well when you're new to the gym, but eventually you're gonna hit a certain weight where you might only be able to do like 4 reps. And then once you hit that plateau, there's actually another progression scheme called double linear progression, right? Essentially what it is you have like a set rep range. So in this example, they give 4 to 6, and then you do 3 sets. So then on week 1, let's say you do like 4 reps, 5 reps for 135. So basically you try to essentially hit the top of the rep range. So in this case, it's 6 reps, right? Once you hit that top of the rep range, like 6 reps, you then increase the weight and then you restart. So an example is like you have a rep range, right? So like a single linear progression is same reps, increase weight. Problem, plateau. So that's the problem with the single linear progression. So then when you hit that plateau, you can move into double linear progression. So basically what you do is select rep range. Let's use 4 to 6. And then you have like a target rep, which is 6 reps, right? So then you basically keep weight same until you hit top rep, then move up weight, rinse and repeat. So that's kind of a handful, but I'll just give you guys an example, right? So like example, all right, so week 1, and just a quick pro tip, whenever you guys hit the gym, you should make sure to track your workouts, just because if you don't really track what you're doing, it's really hard to progress. You might think you remember, but oftentimes, especially if you work out a lot, the numbers kind of blend together and you're just not certain, right? So by tracking your workouts every time, you just take the uncertainty out of the equation, and that just makes the gains process a lot more simple. So let's say we're talking about bench press. So 135 pounds, you hit 4 reps, and then 5 reps, and then 5 reps, right? So you don't hit the target rep here of 6 reps. So then let's say week 2, bench press, 135 by 5, 135. Now you hit the top rep, right? So in the example on the article, they just moved it up to like the next weight here. But for me, I don't really like to do that. I like to just like kind of like finish out the week with the same weight. And then on week 3, you move on to 145, right? And then you kind of start over. And then week 4, so you get a little stronger. And then week 5, let's say, and then you finally hit it. And then you, right? So you can see here, highlight these real quick. This is where you're hitting the target rep of 6 reps. So then whenever you hit the target rep of 6 reps, you like move up in weight, right? So here you move up in weight, here you move up in weight, and then you pretty much just repeat this process. So this is double linear progression right here. And why is this more effective than single linear progression? Well, plain and simply, you just like plateau really quickly when you do it like this. because unless you're like milking the newbie gains, you're gonna hit a plateau really soon. Whereas with double linear progression, you can kind of see how there's like more wiggle room. You're not just progressing on the weights, but you're also progressing with the reps. So it's almost like you climb, the ladder, and then once you reach the top of the ladder, you move the ladder position, and then you start at the bottom and then climb back up, right? And this is actually one of my favorite progression schemes in fitness. And when you couple that with the caloric surplus, which is basically just eating, more calories than your body needs to maintain its weight. Calories in greater than calories out. Then you're gonna build muscle. Now you might be thinking like, okay, what about protein intake? A good estimate is just like try to target 1 gram per pound of body weight. But the truth is, when you're bulking or in a caloric surplus, you don't need as much protein as when you're cutting, right? Or in a caloric deficit, since your body's not going to be in a catabolic state, which is just basically a state where you're at risk of losing muscle. That only happens when you're cutting, but we can talk about that at a different time. That's going to do it for this video, and check out changnation.com. I'm an online fitness coach. I got some resources here and a few free workouts as well. So definitely check out the website. But other than that, let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions. Do you want me to cover any topics? I love talking about fitness and sharing my knowledge with you guys.